Well, there are more than 10 million jobs available in this country right now. That's according to the Labor Department, and that's near an all-time high.
Many experts were thinking people would go back to work once the unemployment payments stop, but that hasn't happened. Our investigative reporter Brendan Kirby has been looking into this. So Brendan, what did you find out? What's going on?
Well, Lenny and Byron, the simple answer is that millions of people have simply dropped out of the labor market, but economists still aren't sure why. By now, the pandemic-created labor shortage is no secret. A diverse group of industries has had trouble luring workers, even after bumping pay and offering sign-on bonuses. The help-wanted crisis has included auto dealers searching for mechanics, trucking firms looking for drivers, and restaurants looking for staff.
When this all started, we identified there has to be a new way of hiring people, actually, and the old just putting a now hiring sign outside doesn't work. And
that's Nick DeMario, operating partner at PP Hospitality Group, which owns 4 Mobile area restaurants and a barber shop. He says the company has had to adjust to a nationwide problem. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, workers have been slow to return. Many people blamed the expanded unemployment payments that Congress authorized during the pandemic. And DeMario says job applications to his company jumped from about 10 a day to 50 when Alabama stopped the extra payments in June. But hiring has remained tough months later. The labor force, economists say, has shrunk. In September, 61.6% of adults were employed or looking for work. That's up from the low point last year, but still nearly 2 percentage points below the pre-COVID-19 mark. Don Epley is a retired University of South Alabama economics professor who now runs his own consulting firm. He tells me economic statistics can't decisively explain why.
Well, you have excellent questions, which everybody's asking. Unfortunately, we can't give you data with numbers. We just don't have them.
But there are a number of theories. Kevon Daravi, who owns an economics research firm in Montgomery, says he suspects the pandemic prompted a higher than normal number of people to take early retirement. Other workers, he says, may be afraid to work because of the pandemic. He says another possible explanation is that mothers have decided they'd rather stay at home with their kids or are delaying a return to work because of uncertainty over whether the school year will be disrupted by an outbreak. Daravi says employers have responded with higher pay.
Still, labor force not responding. So the whole idea is a lot of people sitting on the sideline. It doesn't mean that they're not going to come back. It means that at this point in time, they're just sitting on the sideline.
DeMario says PP Hospitality has had to work harder.
I mean, we literally took a 10-year manager in our company and said, your job is nothing but recruiting. And that is, as soon as someone hits Facebook and goes, I'm interested, we need to be instantaneously calling them back for an interview or at least doing a phone interview.
And Daravi points to another factor. All that government money, from unemployment funds to stimulus cash, led to a massive increase in the savings rate. That's given people more options. He says normalcy might not return until 2023. Reporting live from the studio, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.